sort of research on what Microsoft 365 is about. So from my research, I learned that it is an improvement of Microsoft Office 365. That is, it was made to enhance people's interaction with Microsoft, not just only Microsoft Office, but they brought together all of some of Microsoft um, programs to make it easy to make it easier for business owners or small scale business owners or other people to be able to use. It comes with various offers for security which we can make use of, such as that is MFA, that is multifunction authentication, multi-factor authentication, email encryption, safe attachments, compliance policies, safe link, exchange online protection, defender for defender for endpoints, data loss prevention, sensitive labels, email retention policies, conditional access policies, vulnerability management. So these are just some of the functions that I look at it as we as cybersecurity personnel can make use of. So that was just a little bit of the research I did when I was just going on what I can use it for.
Oh, okay. Um, I think that's good. I think that's actually good. You were able to understand that it involves the collaborative tools as well as the security tools, right? Nuruddin, do you also want to say something?
Yes, so in addition to what you said, so basically, Microsoft 365, um, let's say, sprouted out from Office 365 plus the security part. So Microsoft 365 gives you both productivity, collaboration, and security, and you have different SKUs. So what do I mean by SKUs? It means different license name. They can call it product name, SKUs, or license ID or the likes. So before you can even go into that, you also have different channels of getting the Microsoft license. You have the government, you have the commercial, and you have the NGO. So if you are going towards the commercial, you have the business plan, and you have the enterprise plan. So under the business plan, you have business basic, you have business standard, business premium. Under the enterprise plan, so before now, you used to get E3, E5 with teams that comes bonded into one solution. But now, Microsoft, I think October 1st, Microsoft, dismantled it. So now, if you want to get the enterprise plan, you need to get M365, E3, E5 without Teams, and you get Teams Enterprise for it. So for business SKUs, if you want Teams capabilities, you can get Teams Essential. So depending on the environment, depending on the capabilities that you want your users to have. For instance, if you want a user to have capabilities of the desktop applications, you can't give that kind of user business basic. So you need to give that person either standard or premium, or you go to the enterprise SKUs. So under the Office, there's difference between Microsoft 365 and Office 365. So Office 365 was the previous name, but when Microsoft, I think, evolved, so they brought in Microsoft 365. So Microsoft 365 is the combination of Office 365 and some security components. So we have Microsoft 365 E3 and E5. You have Office 365 E1, E3, and E5. So, but both of them are both without Teams and with Teams. So the differences between those SKUs are the level of security, the level of capabilities, collaboration. So there are some SKUs that can do higher grade of security, like MFA, like Intune, like Defender for Office 365 Plan 1, and all those advanced security. So the higher the SKU, the higher the more security you have. Thank you. Let me stop there.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. Um, okay, so Abrak, can you call me John Abrak? I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce your name very well, but then John, I think John is okay.
Yes, good day. I'm John Abrak by name, and this is my first time joining. It's sort of a question and an observation, and I want clarity on it. in my previous place of work, I came across this Microsoft 365 stock keeping unit, that's SKU, and they are using a subscription that has to do with the Microsoft 365 is using an NGO subscription, and then they have 4 different plans, but only 2 is what we use for our day-to-day and data processing work in the office. That's the business basic and then the business premium. But something I observed is that they don't pay a dime on those subscriptions, and every quarterly I receive a mail from Microsoft that we've repurchased the licenses and stuff like that, and we don't pay money. So my question is, how does that happen that they don't pay? Because I came into the office, I resumed in the office a year ago, and then I saw it like that. So I just didn't know how. But when I check the invoice, I see it's free. Is there a free? As in, is there a package that, or is there a package that works that way, or is it that they maybe, I don't know, or is it a coupon that they use a lifetime to coupon or something? So I don't know if you understand my question very well.
Okay, so what you are trying to say is that you work for an NGO in the past, right? Is that what you're
Not
saying?
an NGO, it's a radio station. It's a radio station.
Okay, it's a radio station. Okay, so the way it
Yes.
is done is that M365, even though I will still go back to the explanation very well, but M365 works on it's a license, right? So it's a license-based solution. So most of the licenses are actually purchased annually, right? So they're actually
Okay.
purchased annually. So now the way it is done is that it's possible that, let's say for instance, um the license has been purchased before you came in, right? And probably you might not be the billing admin, right? So you might not have access to how it's being purchased. Your own is just for you to manage the Office 365, right? That's number one. And number two, there are some plans. For example, now the one for education is actually for free, right? So probably the plan that you have maybe is the one for education, or I don't know, maybe there's a plan for NGO, I don't know. But I know that Microsoft Office 365 is actually a license-based solution whereby the license is actually being paid. Maybe annually, some does their own on a 3 years basic, depending on the kind of agreement that they have in place, right? That's what I know about in terms of pricing. Even though I don't really know much about the pricing, but that's the little I know about it. So, but Nuruddin can add to that, or probably David. So, Nuruddin, you wanted to say something?
Yes, okay, so let me just give clarification on the NGO. So if you want to create a tenant, there are 3 things you need to select. You either select NGO, education, or commercial. So commercial is for institutions that are registered, like banks, like financial institutions, like normal limited companies. So why education, it has to be a registered school rather, and an NGO too has to be like a verified NGO. So before Microsoft accepts either education or NGO, there are a lot of verification processes. So probably where he was working before, they've been able to tender those documentations. So, and if you have a tenant that is NGO verified from Microsoft, you get some benefits. So for business basic, it's always very free. It's always free. You have 300 users, you can get free. So for standard, I think it's 20, and for premium, I think maybe it's 20 or so. And also the price is going to be way cheaper than getting it for commercial bank. You still get the same capabilities, you get the same licenses, but NGO, because it's an NGO, so they don't expect NGOs to have money like banks or any commercial institution. So it's going to be cheaper, and the level of, or the channel of giving them licenses is going to be different. So you need to click those things to have those capabilities, and I think that's what your company did when they were registering for Microsoft's license. So they've done all those parts. That's why you have those capabilities, and it's always free. Basic is free for NGOs. Standard too, I think 30 users is free. Then after 30 users, then you can now buy. but most of those NGOs are always the licenses are always free. If it's not free, to be very, very cheap. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so I think that seems clear. So it's because you are
Yes,
using
thank you very much.
NGO
Thank you.
account. Yeah, so I think that's that. Okay, so going back to our M365 definition. Okay, I think someone want to speak. Ogene Kare.
Hi, Farouk. Yeah, so I just wanted to chime in on the last discussion about the NGO, right? So I've worked with Microsoft as subject matter expert for commerce, just to add to the knowledge. So for every non-government organization, once your tenant has been registered as an NGO, you automatically has 7 licenses for M365 premium, business premium, 10 free for you, then 300 of business basics free for your organizations, and there are some other perks too that comes with that. So if you're going to buy additional license, right, they give you discounts on like the normal business and enterprise. So you pay a very small amount of fee compared to the business tenants as well as the enterprise tenants. And let's follow to that, yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I think we have a lot of M365 gurus here. Okay, yeah, thank you so much, boss. Okay, so now let's move to our agenda, right? So I think with that little explanation, at least we understand um, what M365 is all about. So M365, right? Let me just explain it better in a layman. So now, looking at organizations in general, we need a particular solution. Organizations need particular solutions that they can use to collaborate while they are working together, right? So, for instance, now the way we are on this meeting, right? So, we're actually having a meeting. That means we are collaborating together during this meeting section, right? So, Microsoft 365, right, is a Microsoft bundle, right, which allows an organization or which allows organizations, individuals, or generally to perform several tasks, right? And this Microsoft 365 consists of 3 different things. Number one, it consists of Office 365, right? Office 365 is the collaborative tool that we know, the likes of email, the likes of our office application like Word, PowerPoint, Excel, the likes of SharePoint, the likes of Teams, OneDrive, and all the collaborative tool, right? So that's in Office 365. So M365 also contains the security platform, which is called Enterprise Mobility Plus Security, right? Because no matter how you get to collaborate, security is actually very, very important, right? So it contains the Office 365, the Enterprise Mobility Plus Security, as well as the Windows Enterprise Upgrade, right? So there are 3 bundles that comes with the Microsoft 365. The Office 365, which is the collaborative platform, the security tool, which is the Enterprise Mobility Plus Security, as well as the Windows Enterprise Upgrade, right? So those are the 3 bundles that Microsoft um, brought together into Microsoft 365, right? And some people said it was formerly called Office 365 and many more. So they are very correct, right? So it was, initially we had Office 365, we had security as a standalone, we had the Windows license as a standalone. So that was why Microsoft brought everything together into Microsoft 365, so that in terms of cost and in terms of costing, it can be kind of minimal for users, and it can be actually very easy for the customers to be able to purchase, right? So that's what Microsoft 365 is all about, right? So, and we shouldn't forget that our focus is on security, right? But the reason why Microsoft 365 is very, very important is because we are going to be learning how to properly protect the Microsoft 365 platform, right? In addition, we'd also learn how to protect the Azure infrastructure as well, right? And Azure Active Directory would also come in as well, because our users' credentials are actually saved in the Active Directory. So we learn how to protect the Microsoft 365 platform, the Azure Active Directory, which is part of it, as well as the Azure infrastructure in general as well. right? So that's about that. So let me pull up our so for the people that this is the first time they're joining, um welcome to the session. So the session is just for us to be able to learn about the Microsoft cybersecurity platform, right? How we can properly protect our infrastructure environment using the Microsoft cybersecurity, right? So we have there's a course outline that has been shared, right? I'm sure most people, for the new people that just joined the session as well, I'm sure you have access to it at the um, WhatsApp group. So we have a lot of um, parts, learning parts. We have a lot of tasks, a lot of activities that we are going to perform, right? And in our last section, what we agreed on was that we are going to read up on the first activity, which is understanding the Microsoft 365 fundamental, the licenses, and the subscription, right? And just as Nuruddin mentioned, right, the M365, it has different licensing scheme, right? We have the M365 Enterprise, which is for the enterprise organizations. That's where we have the likes of E3, the likes of E5, the likes of E3, the likes of E5, the likes of E1, right? So we also have the likes of Business Premium, Business Essentials for the likes of SMBs and many more. So there are different Microsoft 365 subscriptions that we can just get to understand, right? But the ones that comes with the security license, right? The one that comes with the security license, the likes of M365 E3, the likes of M365 E5, the likes of Microsoft 365 Business Premium, those ones comes with the security license, right? So I'm sure we've been able to read more about it, right? So now, um, we don't have a demo environment for now, but on this call now, we are going to set up our demo environment on this call, right? So now, let me show us how we can get to set up our demo environment. So for some of us, we currently have access to the demo environment. For example, for those people that work with maybe a Microsoft partner or people that have maybe for those of us that work with the Microsoft partner, definitely I'm sure you have your demo environment. But for those of us that are not really technical people, right? Or for those of us that doesn't really have or that we don't really have the demo environment. So it's very easy for us to do. Right. In the past, we used to set up a developer demo environment. But now I think Microsoft they've stopped the developer. So what we are going to do is that we are going to set up a free trial. We are going to set up a free trial. Then we would set up because Microsoft, due to the restrictions that we have in Nigeria now, so you might not be able to use your card to set up a free trial because of the kind of restriction. So you can just set up a virtual card, right? You can sign up for one of all these virtual some of all these virtual online virtual card givers, right? So then you can use it to set up the free trial. But before then, right? I'm sure all of us were on our PC, right? Are we all on our PC? Hello? Are we all on our PC?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so from our
Yes,
PC
on our
now,
PC.
okay, yeah. So I just want to show us
Yes,
how we
yes, we are.
can. Okay, cool. I want to show us how we can get to set up our how we can get to set up our demo environment, right? So now, so we navigate to google.com, right? So let's all navigate to google.com. So once you navigate to google.com, you can just type Microsoft 365, Microsoft 365 Enterprise plans, right? So you can just go to this place. It will show you all the different enterprise plans that we have. So this was what Nuruddin, myself, and some other people were referring to then. We have different Microsoft plans. We have the Microsoft 365, we have the Office 365 plans, we have the frontline workers, which are the F1s, F3, F5, F1, right? Then we have the government as well, the Microsoft 365 government. We have the G3, G5, G3, G5, right? So we also have the non-profit, that's the NGO that they were referring to then as well, right? So, but then our focus today, we are focusing on Microsoft 365 E3, E5, right? So now this is E3 here. We can use the E3 to start, but then we would set up the E5, right? Because it's this one that have the trial here. So just click on this try for free, try for 1 month. So are we all on the same page? I want us to be doing it together, right? I have my demo environment already. I just want to show you how to set up your demo environment so that we can all collaborate together. So are we all on the same sheet? Are we together? Are you here?
No,
Let me
sir.
drop the URL in
No,
the
sir,
chat box.
please.
Wale, is there any issue?
Network lag. Network is lagging behind.
Oh, okay. So I've dropped the URL on the chat box, right? Just click on the URL. It will redirect you to that page. So I'm going to show us 2 ways. This is like a way. This is one way. Then for the other way, it might work for some people and it won't work for some people, right? So, but this will generally work for everybody. So, Lawale, are you there now? Hello?
It's loading. It's
Hello?
loading. Yes, sir. It's
Okay.
loading, but
Yeah.
it has not finished. Okay, it has finished. It has come up.
Okay. So apart from Olawale, the likes of Lawal, the likes of Kayode, Ahmed Lawal, John, Joseph, Tomiwa, Ibrahim, Boss, are we on the same sheet?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Chidi, I think you raised your hand. Chidi, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. That was a mistake. Sorry.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so from here, you can just click on try free for now.
I'm not on my laptop. That's the issue I'm having.
Sorry, who's not on this laptop?
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim.
I'm not on my
Okay,
laptop too. I'm using my phone.
Okay, so for those of you that are not on your laptop, right? The section is actually being recorded, so you can always refer back to the recording session.
Okay, much appreciated.
Okay. So for those of us that have demo environment already, there's no need for this, right? So, but for those of us that don't have demo, so you can just put your email address there. So this is my own email address. So just input your email address there and select next. So once you select the next, click on set up account, right? Then you will input your details. So let me put my own details. This is optional, but let me just put it. And just say cloud engineer. Then my phone number. Okay, sorry. Then company name, you can use anything. You can use anything for the name of your company, right? Then for the size, you can put anything depending on your company size. Then do you have a company website? If you have, yes. If you don't have, you can just select no. Then for your country or region, you can select your country. You can select Nigeria. Then once you are done with this, then you can next to the next verification process. So from here now, you can select any verification method that you want, either text message or phone call. Right? This my phone number might not go because I've used it severally. But let's see if it will go. And so my phone number will not go because I've used it several times. But then once you put your phone number, select send verification code. I've actually done that today. Where is itself? This is my own environment. After I did that part, it brought me to this place. But then because I've used the phone number several times, so I can't go through that stage. Where is it again, self? Which browser am I using for that thing? Hello? Hello? Hello, Tejuri?
So
Tejuri, are you there?
my phone number is not going.
Your phone number is not
Same
going.
here.
What your phone number is not going there too as well, right? We can
No, it's not.
what's okay, sorry, we need additional information. Okay, no problem. I also face that. Don't worry. I also faced that while I was trying to do it this evening, right? So I also faced that. So what I did was that you can try different browsers because this thing this error happens on different browsers. So you can try different browsers. It's going to eventually go. Just keep on trying. Try another browser. The one I did that it went for me. What I did that it eventually went through for me was that I tried it on my phone, right? And it went through, right? And I used another phone number because I've used my phone number several times. I had to use my mom's phone number to set it up, right? So you can try another browser. Just keep trying another browser to go through. Yeah. But once you're able to go through that scale through that phone number part, which you would eventually do, once you're able to scale through that phone number part, it will just request for you to input your username, that's the email address and the password. Have you tried this in another browser?
That's what I'm doing, sir.
Okay. But is it only okay, John also got the same error. Who else got the error?
I did.
Deborah. So we have three people. Deborah, Tejuri,
Yeah,
and John.
I got the same error too.
You got the same error too. Okay,
Yeah,
no
because I
problem.
tried doing it earlier today and I got that same thing, so I just left it.
Don't worry. So what you can just do is that what you can just do. I did it from my phone. I went to Chrome on my phone because I got the same error to this evening while I was doing it. But I just tried
Okay.
it because I know that sometimes I used to get that error when I'm trying to set up the free trial. Right, I used to get that error. So I tried it on my phone and it went through. So it will definitely go.
All right, thank you.
The most I think the most important part, because that place I'm sure you skate through that part, but the most important part is adding um adding payment details, right? Because for you to be able to have the free trial, you must add the payment details, right? And even though they won't deduct your money, because you know it's a free trial, so they won't deduct your money, right? But because of the restriction we have in Nigeria, so most of our card doesn't work, right? So what I did was that I created a virtual card, right? I signed up for an app called Every Try, right? So that was what I used to get this my virtual card, right? Um, After I got my virtual card, I added it here, and I was able to have my free trial, right? So now if I go to my licenses, okay, I've not even purchased it. I only added the card. So let me purchase my free trial. So any updates? Tomiwa? Hello, Tomiwa. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? I'm
Yes, I
sorry,
can hear you.
I'm in a noisy environment. So
Oh, okay.
I just want to add to what you just said.
Okay.
If anyone have like a working account, if you have like a working account that is already licensed, I'm dropping a link now. You can create a tenant from there. You can do 1 year or 3 months. So I just dropped the CDS transform
Okay.
Microsoft. Hello, can you hear me
Yeah,
clearly?
so yeah, I can hear you. So that CDX, does it work for does it work for all work accounts or it works for just the partners?
I think it's all work account as long as you have a
Okay.
license on your work account.
Okay, so let me show everybody how we can get to do that from this URL. Right. I said there are
Okay.
different ways. I said there are different ways. Some will work for some people. So I just hope this will work for everybody since we have a work email. So
If
for
you
those
have
of us
a
that
work
has a work
account that
email,
has license,
yeah,
I think it will work.
yeah, okay. So just navigate to this URL. Once you navigate to the URL, I've copied it. I have some demo there, but then let me. So this is the URL. You can go through CDX or you type demos.microsoft.com. It will redirect you to the same portal.
I dropped the link on the chat also.
Yeah. That was what I copied. So once you click on that link on the chat box, right? Once you click on the link on the chat box, right? I'm sure for the first time, it's going to ask you some questions. It's just for you to fill it. It's going to ask you some questions just for you to fill those questions, right? Tomoa, you still want to say something? Hello? Hello,
Sorry,
Suru.
I'm not.
Oh, okay, no.
Yeah,
Suru, do you want to say something?
my network was actually clingy, so it tripped off before. So can you help me drop the link again, please?
Oh, okay. I have the link there. I'm going to drop it in the WhatsApp group as well. So and you can also try developer account as well. I'll show you also how to do that one too. So just click on my environment, right? So once you come here, just click on my environment, right? Um, so once you click on my environment, you have the option to create tenant here, right? So just click on create tenant. So there are different tenants, different types of tenants here. Nuruddin, you want to say something?
Yes, I think you're faster than me, because me, I'm seeing terms and condition, and I don't know if I should
That's what I'm
accept or
saying.
not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That for the first time, if you are clicking on that link for the first time, right, you would see some things that you need to fill. Right? Can you share your screen Nuruddin? Let's use your own since this is your first time of using the link. Just share your screen. Let's use your own platform.
And also, sorry to jump in. The developer tenants, you'll be restricted to a lot of things. You'll be restricted to a lot of things. So it's better just click the first one on the list. The first one will help you with whatever
What
license
did you say?
because the developer tenant, you'll be
Yeah.
restricted to some things, right? Like you might not be able to use some protection in terms of um what's it called? MDE, Microsoft Defender endpoint. So it's better you just choose the non-developer.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So Nuruddin, can you share your screen? Thank you, Mr. Thomas.
You are still sharing, no? Can you stop
Yeah,
sharing
just
so I
share
can share?
yours. Just click on share. Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Okay. Yeah. So let me close this. Yeah, so just scroll down and accept the terms and condition. Can we all see the screen?
I can't see it here.
Okay. You can't see the screen? Okay.
Hello, Farouk. I already clicked accepted.